If you've always wondered what goes on behind some of those closed doors in Pittsburgh, now's your chance to find out. Doors Open Pittsburgh is preparing for its second annual event this fall, and the all-volunteer organization is looking for a few good buildings willing to open up to let visitors experience them in a whole new way. Baxter got the idea while living in Chicago. She's brought it home to Pittsburgh, Executive Director of Doors Open Pittsburgh. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Good to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is this all about? What's the concept behind Doors Open Pittsburgh?
Oh boy, I wish I could tell you. No, sworn to secrecy. Really what it is, it's just really to get people to experience and appreciate all the wonderful architecture and design and history we have in our city. You know, and it actually took me leaving Pittsburgh. We moved to Chicago back in 2011, and when we were living there, we were taking all sorts of tours and doing everything we could to learn about that city, and it kind of reminded me, boy, I never did that in Pittsburgh, my hometown. So transitioning back to Pittsburgh, I wanted to bring this idea of Doors Open back to Pittsburgh.
And then did they do something similar there?
They
Is there like a regular annual program where people can do this?
Yeah, there is in about 6 or 7 U.S. cities that do this annually, and Toronto's been doing it for about 20 years, but it actually started over in Europe in 1984, like all the cool things do. Okay. So, but we experienced it in Chicago, brought it back here, and again, getting back to your point or your question, the idea is to create an awareness to inspire people to come in and explore these buildings, because again, I think the longer you live somewhere, no matter if you're from there or not, you tend to ignore the landscape, the buildings. You drive past, walk past, you work in it, and you leave at the end of the day, and you don't really pay it much mind. And then we have some wonderful architecture, and these buildings tell so many wonderful stories.
Well, I can see Chicago's a natural because it's known for its architecture, and it's been such a pioneer. But so has Pittsburgh.
So
it's pretty cool when you think about the built environment.
It very
here.
is. Very much is.
So what kinds of buildings are going to be open, and in what different way? Because some of them are public buildings you can go in and out of right now. Right?
Exactly, and that's a great point. So how we position this from a marketing standpoint, it is going to be behind the scenes access. For example, last year the Mayor Peduto opened his personal office, so people got to actually sit behind the desk and have their picture taken and experience that.
That's cool.
They also went into the vault where all the county laws are kept and kind of got to rummage through. And then there's also another opportunity at Doors Open, which is to give you access to a building that you're familiar with. Classic example, on our postcard we had a picture of the Pennsylvanian with an interior shot, and so many people when we were handing those out last year were asking, what is this building? We're like, you know that building that's right across from the Great? No way. So most people wouldn't think to go in to some of these public buildings unless they're there as an invited guest.
Yeah, well, some of them were really truly public buildings. The Pennsylvanian's a great example. It's a railroad station.
Exactly.
But how many people, you don't go there to get a train anymore, at least not into the spectacular
the
space
rotunda,
inside
the concourse area.
Right,
exactly. So that's the other thing too, is making it accessible, letting people know, hey, you are welcome. You know, don't just drive past us anymore. Come on in, hear the story, hear how this building tells anecdotes about the community and the fabric of the community. And the other thing too is just giving people a different experience in a familiar building. Last year, Heinz Hall, we've all been to Heinz Hall if you're a Pittsburgher, chances are. But last year for Doors Open, people were actually able to stand on stage and look back down to the seats.
How many of us have done that?
Exactly,
yeah,
not too many. So it's a combination of behind the scenes, reminding people to check out buildings they are familiar with, but just getting a different perspective on it. So
yeah, and so you spent a whole career, 25 years in the media business.
Yes.
Now you've started a brand new nonprofit to do this. This is quite a mid-career change, right? Why did you want to do it? What really drove you?
Well, as you said, I spent 25 years in media, so I think any of us who've done that, I think at this point in my life, hitting a point where I think I want to give back, and something kind of set in. And when I experienced the event in Chicago and attended it, I was just totally blown away, and I saw so much potential to bring this back to Pittsburgh. I think there's so many things going on in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is becoming a destination outwardly to so many other cities and countries at this point, and I really wanted to help put Pittsburgh on the map. So it's my little give back, my little exercise and giving back.
That's really cool. A little less than a minute left, but wonder, do you need help to pull this off in October?
Thank you for asking. What do you do on October 7th and 8th?
I might be available,
yes, because we're expanding to 2 additional neighborhoods, so it'll be downtown, North Side, and Strip District. 66 buildings to pick from. Yeah, no reservations. Buy your ticket. You create your own itinerary and just show up, and you'll be given your experience. I do need a ton of volunteers, 400 to be exact. We're about halfway there. I'm already starting to lose sleep over it, so please get online. You can register online to become a volunteer.
Okay, and where do they go online to register?
DoorsOpenPGH.org. That's our website.
DoorsOpenPGH.org.
You got it.
Easy enough to remember.
Yes.
Baxter, Doors Open Pittsburgh. Congratulations. Looking forward to it. All
Me
right.
too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
When we return, we'll turn the pages of Young Black Pittsburgh, a new book that's rewriting our region's future one letter at a time. Stay with us.